Okay, Coleraine manager Oran Kearney, 2-0 defeat Linfield this afternoon. Can I just get your reactions?
Just obviously we've come off the back of a frustrating performance in all aspects last week, but to be fair, I thought today, performance-wise, we were really good, really good at times. Have caused them a huge amount of problems and a lot of trouble. But I just struggle with a few of the decisions that have been made today in relation to the penalty of the first goal, and the decisions that led to the second goal as well. It's a hard enough place to come, but when you're getting decisions like that are going against you, it just makes it a really tough day.
And ultimately, Coleraine played well in parts, but just perhaps in the final third we're lacking.
Absolutely, I thought we dominated a big. To be fair, I thought our response after the penalty was brilliant. We've had good 20 or 30 minutes of pressure without really asking questions, and then it was just this side of half time where we started to create the opportunities, and ideally, Chris pulls off a really good save from Jamie. And Andy's very unfortunate back post. I don't think he can quite make his mind up whether to head it, chest it, knee it, or put a foot on it. And ideally, a goal then of one of those two chances leaves us in 1-1 at half time in a totally different game.
In the second half, it was really a stop-start kind of affair. Once they got 2-0 in front, the game was kind of disjointed and a little bit of a hurrah at the very end, but really the sort of game petered out somewhat.
Yeah, it was tough from that point of view, and again, I think when you're ahead of the game, you can afford to do that, and you can afford to make the game like that. Again, our argument is for us at that point in time, we shouldn't be in that. We shouldn't be in that scenario, and that's the part that makes it, hellish frustrating.
Bit of a gap now. Obviously, Irish Cup next weekend. Coleraine not involved the next game. Home to Ballymena in the week leading up to the Bet McLean Cup final, and I suppose no better game, and hopefully getting one or two players back from injury.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's been the same sort of cohort of 12 or 13 players that have carried us through the last 6 weeks. We could do with a few bodies back, and ideally we're hopeful that we'll get a few back in this next week or so. So we'll get a good week's training behind us and hopefully get a few extra bodies out there.
And finally, the Jamie Glagan situation. The club has a statement out. He's playing today. Anything further on that?
Nothing. We're not allowed to comment on it as such. So the appeal's in, and again we'll just have to see what way that goes.
Thank you, Oran.